Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's doing good. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Jerry, how are you doing? Other side of the boat. Sweetie Ann, thank you for coming on in. Mom Fei, 351, brother. Witless, thank you for coming in, Scared Witless, old guy from Colorado. Got some great channels and Peppers. Yes, that's right. Radio Jonesy. Well, we have I'm going to move this over. Who wants to look at my face when you can look at all that stuff? I don't know. Let me do this, maybe. Yeah, that might be. I mean, you want to look at his face or not? The answer is no way. We're not looking at his face. There, that's better, right? See you too. I hope you can hear can you hear my voice? Can you give me a thumbs up? River Rat, hope you're doing well. Hope you're all doing well. Give everyone a few minutes to get in here. This is going to take 10, 15 minutes, guys. That's all. I wanted to, I asked Bruce to see if he can make it. If he can, great. He's got a lot going on, guys. Goes into surgery this week, and I'll let him tell you that. But yeah, I'm really excited. I had a weekend camping here, which is great. I'm going for another 10 days and another 10 days this year, so I'm really excited about it. Nice cigar here. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Tonight we are pouring some Four Roses. We're doing it neat, guys. Haven't had too much lately. Part of my new deal here is to focus, you know. So I hope everyone's doing well. River Rat, welcome in. Possum, welcome in. Kaz, welcome in. Indiana Chris, welcome in, bud. Striker Force U, welcome in, Steve. Yeah, guys, hook up with Striker Force for you. He got his channel taken away. You know, YouTube's kind of finicky with stuff. Possum, good seeing you in here. Kaz, same. Let me see here. Okay. If you got to take off, guys, please do. This is really lightweight tonight. I wanted to give everyone an understanding of what it's like, and I don't expect too many people in here today because it's holiday. It's been very quiet, which it should be, right? But I wanted to give everyone an update on what the aftermath for the 6 Paqui chips that I did. Everyone talks themselves into oblivion with this. And if you're going to do it, my email's on the front, on the page. Please contact me. I'll walk you through my process. Arsenic Element. Hey, buddy. Hey, I want to contact you. I've got my email address on the description of this. Also got a Venmo, and I'll explain why. You guys, I never ask for money. You know that. Digologist, welcome. Jonesy, welcome, buddy. Great seeing you, Arsenic. But I have Venmo and I have Cash App on here, and I'm going to tell you why. We're going to find out a little bit next week. I'm not going to say specifics because, you know, everyone's a copycat, and I don't know what I am, guys. The next thing I want to do costs us $400 to do this for you. And before I pull that trigger, and I'm not asking for money now, I want to give a kind of a snapshot of what I'm talking about. And then if you guys say, hey, listen, do it, we'll help sponsor you guys. If we get $50 from you guys, that's great. It'll be less than 400. And any chips that I have left over, I will probably give back to the people that are in here somehow. Do a random mailing or something like that. So great seeing y'all here, guys. We've got 11 in here, I guess. Can you hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me, guys. Can you hear me? Should be. I think our chat's frozen, guys. So don't blame me. Chat's been frozen. I've been blocked by people. People are blocking me because they think I'm blocking them. It's the craziest. Yeah, Tuesday morning in Tasmania. Welcome. Hey, Richard Jarvis. Welcome, buddy. Good seeing you, my man. Okay, good, good. So, guys, I did 6 Paqui chips, and I don't take this very seriously at all. I've been called every name in the book because the old school guys are just complete insecure people, right? And so I did 6 of them because I did one first, then I did 6, and it was unimpressive. I went to work that night. Professional no so tempo, welcome. I went to work that night, and I want to tell you, the only ping, 6 Paqui chips, guys, 6. Bruce did 4. The only ping that I got was a half hour after. It was like this. Do you know one of those things that you get when, like, you get a random pinch in a nerve, like a rib? It was 100 times less than that. I felt something coming on and then it went away. It was 30 seconds long. So nothing happened. Then I went to work and nothing happened at all. Nothing. Now, someone said, what about the exit? And I said, well, it's always heat, but it wasn't heat, guys. This wasn't like eating 24 ghost peppers or 23 or whatever I ate. This was nothing like that. It was 0. These chips, if you're scared of a chip, what I would do is do it half of each with you doing half each. Digologist, thanks for coming on in. Nez, thanks for coming on in. Now, Bruce stopped at the 4th one and decided not to chew it because they tasted so nasty. So if I have to, guys, I'm going to probably it's like it's like Bruce explained it like a rubber. How would you explain it, Jerry? Great seeing you, Nez. How would you explain it? Adrian, welcome, buddy. Good seeing you, man. It's great seeing you, Adrian. I want to highlight Adrian's name. Adrian's a great dude. I just like him. He says like 3 words for every 1,000 I say. Nez gives me tons of malarkey. She's always giving me stuff. And Nick has been around since I've been on YouTube, and I want to thank him for his friendship. And Nez knows him very well too. So I ate the 1 chip, it was nothing. Then I ate the 6 chips, nothing. Buck Williams, thank you, buddy, and thanks for coming and showing support and checking in. And if you got to go somewhere, guys, this is I got 85 people in here. That the last 2 chats, I had 134 last time, and I'll tell you about that later. So Bruce had a few more complications. I think he had some cramps and stuff, and I think he ended up throwing up, if I'm not mistaken. I'll let him tell you that. We're going to be doing something Wednesday, which is going to be a surprise. You're not going to want to miss that, guys. I'm going to do it because Bruce is headed to the hospital, and I don't want to kill him before he goes into surgery. Yeah, you do bring malarkey. Nat's welcome, honey. Nat, you're awesome, man. You just make me crack up. And same with Nat's. Just been a long time friend. Anyway, so we got through the 1, got through the 6, and it was nothing. It was literally like I ate a bag of Funyuns. Yeah, well, Digologist, it's really what I consider interesting about this chip is it was so bad tasting. I stopped at 6 chips. I couldn't stomach any more chip. It wasn't the heat. My heat level was below 1. I was drinking 154-degree coffee. I finished the whole cup during the 6 chips. I was smoking a cigar, this one. And during the 6 chips, I was told by one of the foremost buffoons buffoons in this whole uh, uh, area that I eat peppers in, and I just an eighth grade thinking dope. Anyway, I was told that you don't smoke cigars. It's impossible. That means that you don't know what you're doing. And then I was told that um, that no one would drink hot coffee because it accelerates the heat like a magnifying glass. So my point to you is that I want to make sure I don't miss anyone here, guys. Is the chat's freezing? I'm sorry I can't get to anyone. We got 86 people in here. I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm not that important. So um, I did those two things during it to give a level of standoffishness to everyone out here to say you may be able to do this too. Handicapped traveler, welcome on in. Now, one of the things, guys, that I'd like to emphasize: don't be shy of these things. Work yourself up. Try a jalapeno. If you can handle jalapeno, try a Carolina Red. And if you can handle a Carolina Red, you might be able to handle part of a Ghost. And if you can handle part of a Ghost, that's what. And if you have any questions, ask me. I really don't know that much about this, guys. I don't want to be an expert. So next week, I've got a surprise for everyone. It is something that I haven't talked about, and I'm not going to talk about it here. Hey, Bruce, sorry you couldn't make it, buddy. Yeah, when you eat peppers, it doesn't increase the heat at all. And that's why these guys are buffoons, complete dopes. They make crap up. They don't know what they're talking about with peppers. I'm convinced. Neither do I. But, at least I admit it. Everyone else is like, this where it doesn't, guys, just have fun. So anyway, my point is this. I do this every time. When you see me smoking a cigar, it's this. It's a middle finger. If you see me drinking hot coffee, it's a middle finger. And I want everyone to understand out here that I just started doing this. I don't have a long history of this at all. And it's really odd, right? So don't be afraid of it. Just go into it cautiously. You'll do fine. Now, next Wednesday, and I'll put the notice up today, I'm going to be doing something that I want to show you, because I saw one guy eat one of these, and he does this stuff, guys. It's a joke. Um, he did this, and it was like the end of the world. I watched two other people do it, and it was like the end of the world. So maybe next one's hotter. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm gonna do something, and we're gonna have some fun. Hopefully Bruce can make it and be the moderator to make sure all the chips are being opened in front of the camera and all that nonsense. We got 65 in here. Thank you, guys. If you're even in here, Sean Cody, thank you so much for being in here. Handicap Traveler, LW, good seeing you. Steve and Tina, thank you for being in here. Guys, the joy of having a channel like mine is I don't take myself seriously. And hey, Brenda, hope you're doing good. Is that we have fun because it's an experience. This is a first. I don't pretend that what I'm going to have on this. When I do stuff on here like these peppers, chocolate primatalis, I bet you I sat down the other day and I said to Bruce, this is really weird because I don't think these things will bother me. It's just like the chocolate butla, right? Or the butla. And so we'll find out, guys. We'll find out. First of all, I'd like to recognize Bruce Podslayer Cook is in the channel. Yeah, I agree. They couldn't push me past 1 of 10. Yeah, that's right. And I was the same way. And Bruce, you said you got a little bit upset stomach, right? I believe, or you were trying to minimize the pain. So, guys, that's the one thing. Next Wednesday, look for my alert coming out. I was going to do it today, but we've had some. I'm camping. Obviously, you can see the reservoir back here. There are 85-pound catfish in this reservoir. Believe it or not, it's unbelievably beautiful, and I'm really thrilled. So, guys, that's what I wanted to tell you. I wanted to give everyone an update on this because, number one, it's holiday and everyone's going about their business. It's a slow day, and Bruce and I knew that. Number two, yeah, nah, he said he was fine. Um, Number two, I wanted you all to know that I never hear the after effects of this. Why? Because I believe most of the people doing these, all they have to do is eat. It's like eating a corn chip, guys. It's nothing more than that for the people that are doing this. And it may be, it's not for me. And I don't think it is for Bruce. I think we both agreed kind of where we're at with this. So next Wednesday, I think it's the 4th. No, I don't have the date. Can someone type in next Wednesday? It'll be at 7 o'clock Eastern time. 80 people in the house here. Thank you very much. I don't believe that. Something's going on here, guys. And the last thing, I want to make a mention of this. Burpee Yoga Uncle and Sarcastic Storage Stacker, two people I tremendously respect. My live, I think, went viral. And then I had 1,700 views or some nonsense like that, guys. My videos don't get that, right? So I was a little suspect, and then they disappeared down to hundreds. And now they're coming back up. Every time I turn on the channel, waiting for my channel, my video, you can see it's at 1,000. So if I deem that video is fraudulent because of the number on it, I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to do it again with Bruce. We'll have to do something on it. Or we'll do it with a different chip or whatever. But I think it may be legit because the numbers keep on going up on the views again. And I don't know how they go away. I think they're checking through the system to make sure the views are real. I don't know. But if I sit there, and if anyone has any other opinions of this, I'd love to hear it. You did purge immediately after. Okay. And thanks for coming, Freedom Redbird. 13th. Okay, so we're going to be going Wednesday the 13th at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, I can get Bruce to show up pre-surgery. Elgin Benz from the jungles of the Philippines. Welcome, a dear friend, guys. He just got electricity. I'm really thrilled with him. He's a great friend, a great supporter, and he's got a beautiful family and a beautiful wife. Something we support always. Now, so next Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing something fun. It's minor, guys, compared to what we just did. But we'll be doing something live for you to have some fun. I don't want to put Bruce through that and have him go into surgery and then him, vomit on the doctors, get in his staph infection, have to cut off all of his limbs. I don't want to go to his house and feed him, guys. He's not that nice of a guy anyway. And, Nez will give me a lot of malarkey. And by the way, guys, Bruce is that nice of a guy. I just don't want to, you don't want to take that stuff before you go to surgery. And Bruce has a pretty major surgery. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited that I'm getting, you guys here are finding this somewhat entertaining. I don't know what you get out of it, but apparently it's our pain and lack of ability to stand the taste of these items. But we've got a whole bunch of things coming up. And the one thing I want to do, guys, is do stuff that's not only foolish, as an adult would calculate, right? But I want to do it in a way that educates everyone. So one of the thoughts I have to bring to you guys is finding true knowledge, right? So I want to do something that's really important for all you guys, because there's a lot of misinformation. I don't think that you can get 10 people in a room, like 10 lawyers, and everyone's got a different answer. Hey, Tivon on the trail, welcome. Great post this week. Really big thoughts. Thank you, Nez. Yeah, so guys, that's it. That's what I wanted to talk with you guys about. Number one, there was literally with me nothing. Bruce had he purged right afterwards, but that is so he didn't have stomach cramps at night. I didn't have any of that. And I want to tell you something. I changed my prep on this one, and it wasn't like I was eating anything hot. So it must be about dialed in, at least for now. I'll probably eat one thing and I'll throw up all over myself. Um, but we try to keep everything clean here. We try to keep everything fun. We try to keep it lighthearted. We try to keep it to the point where if we say something, we've got a good idea of what it means. And guys, I've done some really cool things in my background, and one of the things that I had a book this thick that you wouldn't believe it was a semi full of information, a semi full of information that compiled that book. And so data is very important. Information is very important. Stupid is chosen ignorance on something is something you don't want to do, guys. And that's why people don't go to these guys' channels anymore, I don't think. Um, and there's some really smart ones too in the same group, guys. So it's really and more importantly, I don't think they're bad people. I just think they say stuff they don't know and they hearsay, you know. So my whole thing is encourage you guys to keep on coming. Listen to what we have to say, and I'm hopefully going to get. You know, we had Jimmy Pickles on here for a while that knew a ton about peppers. Bruce knows a lot about peppers. I know nothing, and I don't pretend to. But we're trying. I'm going to try to step up the game this next in 2024 in a way that's over to the side. You'd think it was right here, but it's going to be over to the side, so I can bring information to you guys. Um, we'll be having a lot of fun. I hope you have fun too. But this is basically the end of this. I wanted to. Does anyone have any questions? Where, guys, remember, um, yeah, handicap travel. This is one of the things that hey, kick back and grow. Welcome. One of the things. Let me see. After cramps from the four peppers a couple nights ago. Yeah, yeah. You know, you got to be careful. You don't want to. You don't want to. When I say do something foolish, guys, Mom She Bing, welcome. Tinkerbell, welcome. We got 63 in the house here, guys. The channel's obviously growing. But the big thing is if you're going to do something, it's not a risk, really, if you know what you're in for, if you do some testing, right? If you do some initial research on stuff, it's not really a risk because you know if you're going to do some of this stuff, I would do it off camera. I haven't done it off camera, but it doesn't impact me. Yeah, Mom She, thanks so much for being here. It's awesome. Mom She Fee's got a Faye has got a huge channel. Tinkerbell's got a great channel as well. Um, well, thank you, Jonesy. Thank you. That's a real compliment. I'll take that from you. Um, the the big thing, you know, when we all do our channels, guys, is how do we keep our originality yet our grounded nature about us. It's really hard because you'll start to do stuff. I don't. I don't even have I'm so old and grumpy, guys. I don't even know what I said. I have to tell you the truth. I can't remember what I said. And it's one of the things, but thank you, Jonesy. Oh yeah, you got questions, right, Niz? Um, yeah, that was great, Tivana. Thanks so much. I'm trying to get to the bottom here. Mom She Bing Kitchen is awesome. God is great from Japan. Thank you for being here. Um, any more questions, guys, before we take off? Uh, you know, one of the other channels that does peppers, but he's doing more different things too. Um, first, Arsenic Element, please look up my email and email me, please. Please look up my email and email me. Um, Arsenic Element does some peppers too, and he's a real decent guy. He's not pretending to be anything, and he's just a straight up guy. Oh yeah, here, Jonesy. What is the weather like in Tasmania? Right? I mean, no one understands the consequence of Tasmania or New Zealand. It's massively different. It's snowing in New Zealand. It's like the opposite. So why don't you answer that before we go? Because that's a good question. I like that kind of stuff. That's thinking stuff. Let me see here. What any other questions I had? Yeah, we're going to be doing more peppers. We're going to be doing more stuff with heat. I'm not going to do it the way I'm just not going to bore. If it's boring, guys, I'm not going to do it. And I think I found some fun stuff we could do. Take off anytime you need to, guys. I want to make sure we get the Tasmanian question. It's about 55 degrees Fahrenheit today. That's nice temperature. Guys, I'm going to let you out of here out of respect for your time. If I don't get any questions here, because you guys are all very kind to come in. Where's the Speedo, Johnny? Well, Nez, that's a mighty fine question for you. It's on right here. I'm not wearing anything except the Speedo. It's true. It's a total lie. I might, guys, right here, see that fire pit? I might turn that on tonight, and it might be in 15 minutes, might be in an hour, having a fire overlooking that. And in the background, there's massive mountains behind me, guys. It's awesome. And then right by that is Mexico, and it's amazing. Love you long time. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. The I've been out here today for 5 days, and we had an emergency in the family. I don't really talk about stuff too much. And so we made it all work, and everything's resolved, but it was like, what do you do? What do you do if you have to, in the middle of the night, you got to pack up? You can't do that. How do you recover from that? And I don't know. It just, the timing worked perfectly, but everyone's okay. So we've been out here. I've been out here looking at this. I'm just thrilled that it has been so beautiful out here. I think I hiked about 10 miles since I was out here. It should have been more, but because of the stuff that was going on, I didn't get a chance to. It is radio. It is Radio Jonesy. It is for me. It is one of the getaways. I just sit outside, smoke a cigar, and I like. I'm gonna be writing in my journals and stuff. I've got something that I want to work on here. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but for me, one of the things you'll see is my channel morphing. I don't want to just do peppers. I don't want to do this kind of camping. This is good. This is fine. 18 degrees Celsius here. And where are you, Steve and Tina? Jewel, where are you, please? Let me see if I can find it. Oh, you're in Australia. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Mamshi Bing is in the Philippines. Bruce should be in the Philippines. Nez is everywhere. Now, guys, Nez is awesome, by the way. If you're not following Nez, if you're not following Nick, I am the Noise Opera. These guys are fantastic people. Everyone knows that finding people that are consistent on YouTube is really a hassle. Why? Because a lot of people come and go. It's very transient. So one of the things, when you find people like Nez, when you find people like Nick, when you find people, let me see here. I had one of Bruce. We've been together forever. And now Tivana, I want to tell you about this dude. This guy's a madman. He's a spatial thinker, right? He just doesn't think. He's not going down the path that other people are going. He's going down a different path. It's a journey. If I sat down to talk with him, it's a mental journey, it's a physical journey, and it is a goal oriented. I need to figure out which one is driving it though. But anyway, my point is, he's a 100-mile racer. And between him damaging himself and everything else, which a 100-mile racer will do, he has diets and everything else that he's working on his plan to get his mental state, to get his physical state, to get his energy and everything where it needs to be. And he's very long term. He sees a horizon, Jonesy, where Tasmania is from the US. That's how far thinking he is. 100-mile racer, right? Yeah, 100-mile racer. Let me see if anyone else came in. Nez, could you drop your link? Timmy Stories and Vlogs, welcome. Yes, thanks for dropping your painting too, Nez. Sean Cody, guys, Sean Cody, yeah, see, since I started YouTube, Nez and I fell into each other's feeds somehow. I don't know how it was. Maybe it was Nick. I am the Noise Opera. We have 74 in here. I don't know where you're coming from, guys. Cheers. 4 roses. First drink I've had in 3 months. 351 is True Blue. 351 is True Blue. This guy right here has been with me since day one when my channel just took off, right? And I owe him the same loyalty back, and I just can't tell him how much. And I expressed to the people here, if I miss someone, it's not personal. Mom Shi Beng has been here forever. Yeah, when I was eating peppers in the rain. I was eating super hots in the rain, and it was pouring out, guys. I just ate them in a storm. Now, God is great. I want to tell you all something about this man right here. He just donated a house. Can you imagine this in Japan? What that must cost? It's more than 2 houses here. He just donated a house to a homeless family with a special needs child. He's remodeling it. Does that tell you what he does? Then he collects things, and mostly he gives it away to the kids in the hospital that are in some significant challenges in their life. And he goes to the hospital all the time and comforts these kids, comforts the families. What a dude. This guy is on my channel. This is who we bring here, guys. He found this channel. I am so pleased and honored to have him as part of the family. Yeah, it was, Nick. It was meant to be. And through all the nonsense, right? It didn't bother either of us. All the drama and foolishness and 8th grade behavior is unbelievable. But anyway, my point is this. When things work out easily, they're meant to be. If you're interviewing for a job and it takes you 6 months to get that job, it's not worth it. You know that's a sign. Just move on and get out. You need to be focusing on other jobs, even if that one is a sure deal in 6 months when it should be a month. That means there's something wrong with the deal. If you cannot get a hold of anyone, that means there's something wrong with that deal. You put your effort in, but you have to realize that God's up there, and guiding us. We have to listen to it. Sometimes it's the wrong answer. Huckleberry, welcome. I got a free bottle of Stoli from my friend. Gonna break it open. The Southpaw Coke and vodka. There you go, my man. Drops Family Garden. Thanks for coming on in. We're talking about the Paqui 1 chip and what a disappointment it was. Number 1, number 2, no side effects, adverse effects after. And we're going to get bigger and better on the channel. Yeah, Nez is a very special person, and I'm not going to go into that, but she's a very special person for a number of reasons, and they're all the right ones. If you have a barometer on a person, right, and you want to find good people, you need, guys, and I've said this 1,000 times, you need 300 good people. 300 people that you groom, fire one, bring another one in, because people have meltdowns on YouTube all the time, right? Because they do character stuff, they just melt down. And I don't mean dump them, I just mean give them a chance, and if they fail on it, just find someone else. You need 300 good people. That's all the people you can put into your family anyway and monitor. You can't get to 1,000 people. I try, but I can't. And so I have to realize that. Yeah, Nez is a great person. Um, fantastic. Um, oh, really? You did? Okay, Nick. I didn't know that you found Nez through my channel. Super Dave, welcome. We're talking about the one chip challenge. Bruce did 4. I did 6. I had no adverse events at all except the ping for 30 seconds, and that was it. My prep, I think I found the right prep method totally by accident. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing. I admit I know nothing about what I'm doing. Maybe it's sheer luck, dumb luck. I'll take. Yeah, he is a Tivana. God is great is a collector. I don't understand his world. But his world, I'm sure, and I'm not speaking for you, God is great. You can kick this in anytime you want to and tell me I'm wrong, because that's perfectly good. God is great's world is so filled with hurt and trouble because he is there in the middle of it with these families that I'm sure it's an escape away, like playing golf, like running, that we all have. Yeah, a special person. Nez Lover fan page, welcome if you're not following. Danimal. Um, yes, we Danimal. We Bruce had 4. He ate 4th. He threw. He spit the last one out. I did 6 of them. It was a 2022 version. We're going to be delving into other worlds now. It was the worst tasting thing ever, ever. 76 people in here, guys. Yeah, we did. We ate 6 of them. I had no after effects at all. Yeah. So it, how do you put it? It was a letdown on 2 fronts, Dan. And I hope you got to spend some time with your son, um, and you had a great day today. If not, maybe next weekend. But they were let down. The taste, Dan, the taste for 2022 was like Bruce said it was like chewing old rubber off a tire, and it had virtually no heat for either of us. Now, like I said, if you don't do this regularly, it could be a problem. I'll tell you, I get to make some big decisions next month, next year. Camel Egg Mix Vlogs, welcome. Thanks for coming on in. I know that must be from a share. Super Dave, always great. Super Dave is one of those guys who brings up news that no one else has. Huckleberry, thanks for sharing the link out there, Nez. Um, behind me is, let me turn it around. You want to see? It's an older camper. I got it. It's my cabin. I just take it everywhere I want to go. Guys, this is my camper, and it's 26 feet, 24 foot, and it's air conditioned. It's got heat, air conditioning. It's got 2 TVs. You can sleep 7, and bathroom, shower, and a whole shot. It's awesome, and I can't hurt it, which is the way I wanted it, because my grandson just got a motorcycle, a real one. So we'll probably go to the Bureau of Land Management. We'll ride his bike there, throw it in the Suburban, and I can't hurt the Suburban either. And we'll go away, and I've got a battery, I've got solar in here, and water to last 7 days. So we can go off grid for 7 days. Probably need to buy a generator if I'm being honest. So that is not a van. It is an RV that's towable behind my Suburban with the 1500, whatever it is. I think it's a 450 engine in it. Let's not talk gas mileage though. It's a and it was a Thor, custom built Thor. I didn't have it custom built either, guys. I'm broke, like we all are, in a sense. Old Fart Gaming, welcome. Yeah, handicap traveler Nez is as true as it gets. I've had more discussions about all the creatures flowing around YouTube. Many of them are very nice. Yeah, well, um, digologists, certain things to think about. You want to get one about 3 years old. Let all the problems be worked out of it. Two, if you're going to live in it, just check the roof, make sure the roof is good, have the service people do a look through in it. I think you're a mechanic, if I'm not mistaken. You may be. Um, so I had mine done and they changed the wheel bearings. We had the front of the camper had to be pulled off and we had some woodwork and some fiberglass work done. But our neighbor said, if you do my door, my front door of my house, it's a mahogany door. It's an old school mahogany door. It's probably worth thousands. And they trusted me to do it. And I refinished that door and it looks like it's off a castle. It's so beautiful. And everything I did turned out perfect on it. So she paid me handsome. I want to tell you, it was the most profitable one-day thing I've ever done because they couldn't find anyone that they trusted to do it. And she saw what I could do. Welder, fitter, and mechanical, electrical background. Yeah, okay, you're going to be fine. And I would encourage, if you're going to do that, spend a lot of time reading into this stuff on my about page. But there's a lot of things to consider. Take some time. You don't need anything fancy. What you want to do is make sure it's all in decent condition. You can fix stuff, but you're never going to get that money back. So you want to buy something with a pretty decent shape, has the right floor plan. And I'm going to tell you, the 24-foot, I don't know if I'd want to go any bigger than that, has just enough room to not have enough room. Doesn't have enough storage, I'll tell you that right now. And I only go away for 10 days. I've got enough food in his thing to last 3 months. That tells you my planning. Two, I've got 6 batteries in here, 300 watts of solar, and I don't have, that takes up a huge space for storage, right? So there's not a lot, and there's no place in a lot of these things, guys. That's why you want to have empty space. You don't want to have it filled with stuff. Unless you're going to be living with other people. If you're going to be living with other people, you need beds. So the key thing is that you want to be able to have some space to put a chair. I mean, think about it. So that's number one. Your bed placement's number two. And other than that, you'll figure out all the stuff you want. You walk in one, you go, that's what I want, right there. And then best thing to do is go to a few shows. But I wish you the best. Ecom Rosales, I want to mention his name. Ecom and I go back probably 8 months now. He lives in the Philippines. He does hurricane forecasts, typhoon forecasts for the Philippines. He sings way better than I can, and he's a great guy. And both of our channels are just us. They're a character. And so when he does that, he helps out the whole island, or a portion of the island that follows his channel. Ecom's a very special guy to me because he's very loyal. He's a great supporter, and I rank that very highly. Yeah, Digologist, again, my email is on my about page or my introduction page. Let me see here. Well, there's 2 things. I am convinced I'm really now, I want to buy a kayak, about 6 poles, a fly pole, 2 catfish poles, bass poles. Um, I can't carry a boat with this, right? You got to think about your limitations. So I want to buy, I'm contemplating buying a van, a diesel van. And the Ford has a frame in, not a separate frame. It's a frame, it's a non-frame body, and you got to watch out when you use the leveling. When you pull these guys, I found out so much stuff. How? I didn't know anything about this. My dad had a 32-foot long one, and it was huge for our family, right? But when you have the leveling bars or torsion bars, and literally they transfer the force on the trailer to lift the tongue up and hold it and hold it and allow you to turn with the car taking some of that weight off the tongue. Makes total sense. So your car doesn't dip with your trailer. Whoops. So the car doesn't tilt like this. These bars will push level and they'll push down here, allowing your truck and the trailer to transfer that weight. It's a brilliant idea. And then I have an anti-sway mechanism on here. It's really a brake for the front, and it keeps your trailer from doing this down the road. And I found out I had that the first time, and my neighbor said, and I've got a big Suburban here. It's a 450 motor. But he said he never had any sway, and I do. So that's why I did it. Oh, you're welcome, Ecom. Myers Paranormal's beautiful there. Thank you. It is. It's gorgeous. I'm going to give you. There's a mountain. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Whoops. Right. I'm going opposite. This is really bad for Johnny. Right starting there. You can see it going up. Whoops. Over there. It's massive. People climb that mountain. My boys, when they both finish college, maybe even for Christmas, I'll bring them out here and we can go take them out there with their ropes and they can go climbing and off the cliffs and stuff like that, if that's what they want to do. They're both pretty good climbers, so maybe that'll be. Thank you, though, Myers. Yeah, I don't want to have to make you swim with the fishes. We don't want to have that. Yeah, so I'm not telling you what I'm doing, guys, because I want it to be fun for all of us. But I have paid heavy for a life at work, right? So because of that, I have a very, and I've wandered. I used to travel for a month a year with my parents. A month a year. Think about that. A month a year. And every year we go and travel to a certain part of the country that everyone goes to. And we'd vacation for a month. So that's 2 months. No, 2 weeks. We did that for 2 weeks. And then we traveled the country for a month a year. And we didn't have a dime. We couldn't care less. We ate bologna sandwiches in the car. But okay, Tivana, you have a great day. Thanks for tapping in, bud. Momshi, thank you. Hey, Sarcastic Storage Stacker, great account, guys. A huge supporter, lover of peppers. Yeah, Tuba Terror Days and the community days. Yeah, I don't follow anyone in the pepper community anymore at all. I unfollow them all. And the reason why is because there's just too much drama. I wanted to have intellectual conversations. I wanted to have people that were interested in trying these things. Sarcastic Storage Stacker, there's a few really good accounts. Nice people, guys. Nice, good people. They're not walking around throwing their unit over their shoulder like it's something big because they eat a food. We have fun with it. We want to have fun with it. Anyway, my point is Sarcastic Storage Stacker was one of those guys that is a very loyal guy. He's a very driven guy, goal-oriented. He's got he shows you how to bid on storage auction lockers. But we've gone back many years. I've been on YouTube now for about 2 years. I'd have to look it up. I got my account from one of the kids, I think. I don't know where I got my account. But I got it. And I didn't start it, so I don't know. Anyway, Sarcastic Storage Stacker's always been there. He's always been fair. He's always been level-headed. I can't tell you enough good things about him. Kelly King, thanks for coming on in. Professional Paranormal, we have 77 in the house. We've had 100, guys. One of the things that I want to get a kayak for is two things. If I don't get a kayak now, I'm not going to be able to go out in one safely. Think about it. I'm to the point in my life where I could still get out and I could swim. Probably could swim pretty much across that lake. But I think I'm too fat to sink. So if that's the case, I could probably grab the kayak and just paddle in. I'd have my life preserver and all that. But I want to get a really good kayak, either one with the battery operated jets on it or a pedal one. I don't want a fish finder necessarily, but I want to have a camera mounts. I want to have a really nice kayak that I can go fly fishing off of. I can go catfishing off of. And think about this. This lake has 85-pound catfish, and so do some other ones around here. If you catch one of those things in a kayak, the first thing you've got to ask yourself is, now what? You can't bring that thing in. You'll dump the boat. Just sure as you're sitting here. What are you going to do? So, you got to really think those things through. And I've talked to a few catfishermen to solve the problem. It's not like straightforward. It's pretty good challenge. Nez, thanks so much for coming in. Handicapped Traveler, same for you. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it is. You eat them. I'm going to try to catch up. It's freezing here, guys. Guys, I want to tell you, Professional Paranormal, Okie Grower, welcome, buddy. Okie Grower, thanks for coming on in. I really appreciate it. I've gotten to know Okie Grower here recently from Nez's page. Drummond Detect, welcome. You can see the reservoir behind us. We've got climbing mountains over here. Oh, sorry. There. No, there. That way. Let me see here. I'll point you to them. Right there. They start to go up there, and they're massive cliffs. I think it's fairly well known around here. But Drummond Detect, thank you for coming on in. I've known Drummond Detect now for a year, easily. See, here's a story. Drop's family garden did the same thing. Yeah, the rocks aren't fun. We had a camper. We had one of those Coleman tent camper things, and it wasn't fancy, and it got hot. But boy, I'm telling you, we did okay. Yeah, Danimal, I'd love that, and that's kind of the goal to do this, because I plan on hitting all 50 states again, and I wanna meet some of the people, and it's not everyone, but I want to meet some of the people. Dan, it'd be a pleasure. It'd be my honor. Yes. That's all they ever do. It's been going on for a year, and they're still talking about the same stuff. These are unhappy people. They're not happy with themselves, so I can't do anything about it. Sorry, I don't have any time for it. Yes. Yep. And it is what it is. Oh well. And everyone told me the same thing, except for like 5 people, because I was kicking his ass on YouTube. Still am, by the way. And it's not even a challenge. I don't even know what his channel is doing these days. I couldn't care less. 351, just a great guy. Smokelahoma. Yeah, you're right. Brenda's always great. Brenda's everywhere I am. She's great. I'm just trying to go through and make Vegas paranormal. Vegas, we're talking about the Paqui 1 chips. This is supposed to be 15 minutes, and we still have 81 people in here. I don't know why I'm not that amusing of a guy. Cheers. This is 4 Rose Bourbon. I was going to cook some beef ribs tonight, but I've been so good here that I'm just going to have yogurt and berries, and it'll all make sense, guys. I'll put it all together for you. But I'm not giving up on meat. 1 second here. Yeah, we all hear these situations where homesteaders have houses that burn down, and as well as just normal civilians, and any house USA. It's kind of where it is, and it's really nice if you can afford to have people stay over with you. There was an incident here, um, Drop's family garden, where, hey Wendy, I saw you're next there. Hey love, how you doing? Um, where this whole area was on fire, and I'm not sure about this specific, but my where the house is, everything was on fire, and all these people had horses, and they were going back against the. I mean, you can imagine you're not going to leave your cattle and your horses, and just like they're like your family members, and all your livestock, right? Even the chickens you wouldn't leave them by. So these people, along with all their friends, were going into smoke, and I saw some pictures, and I got to meet a few of them. But our house was filled, and it's a fairly sizable house, right? Because it just is. We're inside of a mountain, and we get a few luxuries with that. But it was filled with other families because everyone was just taking everyone in, because that's what the community does. It's not that we did. I wasn't here then. It wasn't that we did anything remarkable or that you would have. You would have just been human, right? And so you hopefully help them out. Hopefully that is awesome too. I think we've reached the bottom. AR guns. Guys, I can't, I still got, I think it says 75 people in here. I can't believe that. Patty Fish, welcome. Yeah, it's a beautiful view. I've been looking at it all day. Next year, um, I'm getting some stuff here to go hit that lake up, and I can't wait. Um, I want to make sure that I can hunt those fish. Yeah, and thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate. You know how much I appreciate all you guys. Patty Fish, you rock. I want to point out some people. Brenda, Freedom Redbird, AR Guns. Thanks for coming by. This guy is serious about weapons, guys. Southern Sewn and Grown, Wendy and I, we go back and back and back and back, and just talk about great account. Period. It's like we were talking about Nez the other day. Handicapped Traveler is a new one for this year, which is still a year. Very proud to know them. Okie Grower is a new one, and very proud to know Okie Grower. Mamshi Bing, and I've talked about this a whole bunch of times, has a family in the Philippines. And she has a really interesting story, guys. She's just a wonderful woman. She's got a great family there, meaning community. Um, I'm just so pleased that she continues to check out my channel. And Patty Fish, just as sweet and nice and supportive as you could possibly get, guys. It's easy to find people uh, that don't do anything for you, and I don't even know what it is. Yeah, well, Danimal, everything. Here's how I look at this. I'm a big believer in karma. So if we have karma, right? And if I believe it's true, and it's 100% true, and if I believe there's a God and there is karma, it's doubly true because karma is different than God. Um, and in a sense to me, right? I've never thought of them as the same thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Nez could probably correct me, like she does all the time, spreading her malarkey on my channel and beating me up. But when you do stuff like that, there is a memory in life, a memory in life energy or whatever it is. And this not because I'm in California. I couldn't care less about that stuff in California. But I believe it's a payback schedule for you and how you're measured. And because we're not perfect. So if we don't have some things that we've done that are selfless, then, I think it's rough. Steve, Backwoods Misfit, another great dude. Steve and I met a year and a half ago and got really close. I just don't go on many talks anymore, guys. I don't do it because I'm so focused on my next journey for the channel here and for myself. And we'll all be finding that out. Cheers, Huck. Exploding Ginger, welcome. So we've had, I don't know how many people we've had in here, guys. It's got to be close to 100 people coming in. So maybe it's not wrong. But guys, the whole reason of this is to tell you about the Paqui one chip. I'll just repeat it again if you're coming in new, and then we'll end it. I might have a fireplace. I might have that fire going in another half hour or so. Put a thumbs up if you want me to do that. I'll do a live, maybe with the fire, and we can just sit here and have a chat going and stuff, because it seems like everything's really quiet today. Let me know if thumbs up or if you want me to do that. Chat's frozen, guys. I can't. If you think you're not being responded to, I did ask to be timed out by Billy. Billy said the knife cuts much deeper than my words, so that's what he said. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Yeah, well, see, here's the thing. I have found a few years I can't get any seeds to grow. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't get anything to grow. My water bills here in California, that water back there cost me $200 to $300 a month to water my garden. Can you imagine what that would do to your profits, right? Or your sustainability? I looked at my wife one day and I said, she goes, I know you love this 10 by 20 greenhouse. I spent several $1,000s on supplies. And she goes, we could go buy for $200 a month. We could buy everything we wanted for multiple families for the amount of money you're spending on this garden. And I had to admit to it. It was true. It's just, California is just ridiculous. It's crazy. John Boyard, welcome. Thanks for coming on in, bud. I appreciate it. Yeah. And you know what, guys? Everyone knows when I step over my boundaries in chat, it's out of fun. And like, I remember, and Brenda, you were there. Wendy, I think, was there too. I was giving Jan, and I'm not going to say her last name, I was giving Jan total crap, right? Just one after the other. Well, Jan gives everyone crap, right? And everyone gives Jan crap, and everyone gives each other crap. That's what you're called, friends, right? And basically, you're hurling insults, nice, respectful, and adult. And so, one point, I had to stop. I go, Jan, you do know I don't have a mean bone in my body, that this is all ingested. She wrote to me, yes, I know it, but it's funny as hell. And, guys, that's what it's about. You're hanging with your friends, right? And these people, and Wendy knows that. Nez knows that. My God, Nez and I go back and forth, and all of her people in her chat just start attacking me. And funny as anything, because we all know each other. We all know the storyline. And like, Nez is like, are you telling the story? Are you making up another story, Johnny? I said, no, it's a total fabrication. I made it all up. And then she'll go on that, and the whole chat will jump in on it and just beat me up for the next 20 minutes. So I am going to do a fire live, guys. I'm going to do a fire live. And it's going to be in that pit right there. I'm going to go pull some wood out of the truck. I'll probably start it in a little bit. I got to go see if I can cook something over it. Yeah, I think I'll go check that out. And give me 45 minutes or so. I hope that'll be fun. We can all meet back here. Guys, I want to tell you thank you again for your time. I also want to thank you for your continued support and all the nonsense that we bring you here. And I'm going to tell you this because I think it makes sense. I hear a lot of channels producing a lot of stuff that's pretty serious, heavy stuff. And that's great and everything. But people aren't on YouTube for very heavy, serious stuff. They're here to get away. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You can make a comment in the chat. But we're all here to get away from life. We're all here to poke fun. That's why the chats are so fun. That's why it's an oasis. You go to it to have a conversation with people, serious or not. And different chats are different. But you go there to get away from the stresses of life. And for some of us that are going through a divorce, you never want to go through a divorce after you have a divorce, ever. But this is where you go. You escape. Um, you have a high pressure job. You don't like your boss. But that's why I do the things. I think one of the things, if you like my segment, Thought for the Day, um, you'll probably like where the channel's going, guys. Thanks so much for coming in. Morning Wood, yeah. Let's see here. Drum and Detect. I hope you stick with us. We're going to have fun. You'll be able to meet a bunch of these people here are fabulous people. Big Sons, Lawn Care, Skipjack Cindy. Okay, let me start with this because she's above. And again, guys, I'll start up with this one. Steve, Backwoods Misfit. Great channel, great guy, great community, and everyone knows who he is in communities, right? But you won't know him as a mainstreamer. He doesn't want that. Backwoods Misfit. Let the name tell you. And he's a great guy. Steve is as good as you get, period. And he's flawed just like me and you, and that's why it works out, right? I mean, because we have great discussions and we talk about a lot. I'm not in a lot of lives much anymore, guys, just because I'm focused on certain things. And my employer has changed my work schedule. I'm not going into it. So it's a little bit of a challenge, right? And it's not good or bad. It's just, part of life, guys. Skipjack Cindy. Skipjack Cindy can fish like the wind, guys. And I've known her now for 6 months through Mike's Fishing Home. Thank you for coming in, Cindy. I really appreciate you coming in. Big Son's Lawn Care. This is the nicest guy in lawn care. I met him. I don't know how, but I met him, and ever since then, we've had just the most pleasant conversation. He can take a joke. He's a fun dude. He talks about real simple things, and he's really paused in what he does. Very professional. Great account. If you're struggling with anything in that area, he's just a wonderful man. Thank you for coming in. You're welcome, Ecom. Let me see here. Am I at the end? Oh my God, it's not stopping. Please feel free to connect, guys. I'm not a connection channel anymore. I might do that occasionally. Yeah. We'll come back for the fire, guys. I'm going to end. Susquehanna Stan. Did I see Susquehanna? I can't believe it. Stan, thanks so much for coming in here. I really mean that. Susquehanna and I go back. I mean, we've known each other. We're not like neighbors, and we don't go fishing together and stuff, but we've known each other forever. It's great seeing you in here. Okay, guys, give me a few minutes to get set. Nez, thank you for coming in. I want to make sure I haven't missed anyone that made the trip. I'm going to come back with this fire right here. Probably start it up in about 40 minutes. I got to get some meat and something to cook. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I have no idea. None. 5, 4, 3, 2. We'll see you in a little bit, guys.